all of the possibilities here. And I want to make it even simpler than that because, of course, as that podcast indicates, as LeBron's whole life indicates, he's more acutely aware of the story of LeBron as much as he is anything else. And so the question is, what's the greatest, not season, but career finale? And it's the Sixers.
Really?
Who have not won a title since 1983. I mean, look, the Warriors got one very recently. The Heat got one with LeBron. The Cavs got one with LeBron. We've seen that movie before. The Sixers, what he could do for Philadelphia, a city which, as we both know, does not warm easily to anyone. If LeBron wins the hearts of Philly, which does not quite need him in the way that they used to because they got Jaylen Brown, because they have depth on that roster suddenly, I think that is an incredible finale to a career that, at this point, is predictable only in the sense that he cares about the finale.
Yeah. Now, Rich Paul on that podcast, which did not win the Pulitzer, he also did point out if the Knicks hadn't won, that would be the place for him to go, because then it would have been, look what I did. I ended the 54-year championship drought.
Very good
So he's
story.
not going there. You do bring up a good point about the Sixers, because right now I do think the Knicks, when you look at the Eastern Conference, I still think right now they're the favorites. Their starting five is terrific. Now they're battle-tested. They've gone through. But I think LeBron looks at the Sixers and thinks, I can trust Tyrese Maxey, who, by the way, clutch client, very close with Rich Paul. VJ Edgecombe, up-and-coming guy. Jaylen Brown, look at his resume. The one guy, let's be fair, that he probably doesn't trust is Joel Embiid, because you don't know how many games he'll be available for, and you don't know what will happen to him come playoff time. But we also know this about LeBron, and you're talking about good stories. This guy's entire career has been mapped out. LeBron, or for me, I think he already knows where he's going. And I think it's going to be the Warriors because of what Draymond Green did, opting out of his contract. He sends out the bat signal, and with all this stuff about tampering, I think it's a little bit of a dog and pony show. I think the stuff with Rich Paul and the whiteboard, Pablo, I think a little of that is performative. I think they're just waiting it out. LeBron James is one step ahead of everybody, probably even 2 and 3 steps. I think he knows where he's going. I think it's already been decided. My guess is that it's the Warriors.
So here's the thing about the Warriors, right? I think the Sixers are the most interesting story for the reasons I said.
Yep,
but in terms
you're
of
right about
box
that.
office, here's the box office case for the Warriors. Him and Steph Curry, period.
Yeah.
Right? That is from a pure, just like, can the superheroes of this league come together? And they, by the way, Frank, you know this, you've seen it. They've been man-crushing on each other for a very, very long time. Steph and LeBron, the idea of the two of them together, right? Draymond being the first sort of signal there. I think that is something that smells like a giant A1 leading every story, leading every show in the world for as long as they want to do that. That would be the case for Golden State.
And remember something else, too. Mike Ganzi, who LeBron's known for a long time, going all the way back to high school basketball in Cleveland or in Ohio, he's the GM of the Sixers. Bob Myers is now the, kind of in charge of everything. And once again, for LeBron, I think it comes down to trust. He wants to know he'd have a good chance, and that's why Philadelphia does have a chance here. And I think it would be a good move. I still think ultimately it would be the Warriors.
Writer David Dennis Jr. for more. Okay, so David, there's a lot to unpack from that whiteboard. Walk us through your biggest takeaways for a few of the teams referenced, starting with the 76ers.
Okay, Christine, you're going to fill me on this. The 76ers are the new bombshell that has entered the villa in the LeBron James discussion. Nobody was talking about them. Who just likes to golf there. I don't quite get it, but I don't think he'll be there. It was just a bunch of weird words under the Mavs there on the board.
Yeah, oil, golf, none of those really make sense for what happens on the basketball court. As for Philly, it really feels like they've gotten a lot better this week with the addition of Jaylen Brown. Here is Brown addressing the trade on his Twitch channel last night.
It's a bunch of emotions. I'm still processing everything, so give me some time. But I'm also looking forward to what's to come next. I will say there was definitely to it. Could have been explained. I just wish that they had the respect to just tell me what it was.
I don't know. I kind of like Jaylen Brown as a streamer. David, what do you make of how this trade transpired for Brown this week?
First of all, nothing makes me feel older than hearing those Twitch bloops and having no clue what they mean. I have no understanding what's happening. But Jaylen Brown, I get it. I understand. This is the ultimate disrespect. If it's a money thing, just say that. But instead, we have a lot of speculation about smarts and things like that and analytics. And it's really making it seem like they didn't value him. And they're making it seem like the rest of the league didn't value him when we know about a week ago, They could have gotten Giannis Antetokounmpo for him, which I don't understand. Like, if you were that close to getting Giannis and you feel like there was no value anywhere else, you have to go and get Giannis, and I think that puts everybody in a better situation.
Yeah, and it felt like it happened kind of quickly because they didn't need to do it when they did do it. Philly's odds, by the way, to win the East are now at plus 750, third shortest in the conference. David Dennis Jr., we appreciate it. Thank you.
Area. All right, with the Wizards acquiring a new center in Ayton, how does this impact the Warriors in potentially pursuing Anthony Davis?
Yeah, the Wizards are not signaling that 1 + 1 = 2. This does not necessarily to them mean that Davis is now available, you know, of the LeBron James sweepstakes. But the bigger question I have when it comes to Davis and the Wizards is August 6th. That's when he becomes extension eligible. I expect him to have his hand out. Now, you know, Trae Young has been extended. Will the Wizards give Davis a big money extension? And if they don't, what does that mean?
Okay, as for tonight now, the Warriors, they get a look at their first-round pick, Axel Landenborg. He's set to make his Summer League debut. What should we expect from the 23-year-old now that he's joining this Warriors team?
Yeah, you know, I don't like to take too much from Summer League, right? Especially one for a majority of next season. Moses Moody's out. And, you know, I talked to Yaxel last week. He said in his early conversations with Steve Kerr, he's mentioned that you're going to play a lot. Steve has mentioned that to Yaxel, and he said maybe even start. So starting tonight, you want to see him show that he's ready to go.
All right, I can tell you the moment's not going to be too big for him. He comes with the experience that is Yaxel, the oldest lottery pick since 2021. Anthony, thank you so much.